most financial decisions are not what stock should I buy?
Right.
What mutual company or what life insurance company, even just more broadly, should I be doing business with? Most financial decisions are more along the line of, should we replace the fridge now, or
Right.
can we like keep this thing for another? Can we fix something? Whatever coils or whatever cooling coils or whatever in the back, can we fix something and keep it for a while? Or like the car, like the classic thing with the car, should we fix it up or should we buy a new one? And like that's the stuff that I think people are faced with every day, and really a lot of people kind of cede that authority over to like their mechanic, for example, who will often tell them at some point, you know what, I think that this is going to cost you $1,500 to replace the transmission, and it's not worth, the car's not worth $1,500. Right. And I always thought that was sort of weird that mechanics were giving that advice, because my choices really aren't. I'm not looking at whether or not the cost is more than what it's worth. I'm looking at, if I don't do this, I have to buy a new car.
Yeah, and most experts, and that's the other point I make in the book, is that most experts, I mean, almost by definition, an expert knows their particular domain very well, and in fact, you need to go there because you can't know all domains,
right?
But you're the expert in knowing your overall holistic situation. So, in your mechanic example, how does the mechanic really know how important that car is, and what your other resources are in other situations, how many other drivers you have in the household, and all kinds of things that won't bear. But the other thing is that, I'm really glad I wrote the first book, because I think it's a useful book, and I'm glad you found some use out of it. But it really, is a little bit focused on, those kind of, how do you make decisions?
Right.
And what I've learned in talking to lots and lots of people is there are some really big, important decisions that people have to make. How much do I put in my 401k?
Yeah.
When should I be planning on retiring?
Mm-hmm.
How much, now that I've retired, how much should I draw down from that 401k? And those are really important decisions. And it's not that buying a new refrigerator is not important too, but and so when you have a really important decision, you got to kind of take a little bit more of a systematic approach to it, I think.